Hi, TGIF. Welcome to Trade Geeks. It's Friday. This is our second video podcast, so welcome. We received some inquiries through Lula, in our first video podcast. We asked for some input for some people to send us some questions. We received some good feedback, and one of the questions was, how will the presidential election affect Chinese tariffs, trade, and the supply chain in general? Well, I could tell you, the main thing that we've been experiencing here the past several years is that we have a distorted supply chain. And the distorted supply chain is a combination of the Chinese tariffs, the COVID pandemic, and what's going on in Ukraine. So that's what's going on. Also, from a industry point of view, there's some concerns with the Chinese companies using Mexico as a backdoor into the United States. So there's several mechanisms available for that we need to be aware of. I think that the president's election is throwing out a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise there trying to get elected, but I think what is said and what will actually happen will be very different. Now, the USTR was supposed to have finalized the final tariffs for the Section 301, and they delayed it. And I think they delayed it because there's a lot of other economic factors going. The post-COVID inflation that's going on, the interest rates going up, automotive inventory is way up compared to sales. So there's a lot of things that are being affected. But, the United States has two main mechanisms, I think, to counteract or to impose some kind of controls in place. And one of the mechanisms is the rapid response mechanism under the USMCA. And they use this to kind of help where there might be some needs to loosen or kind of make the rules a little bit easier for the companies to adapt. And we may see that with the lithium batteries, they may have to loosen the rules a little bit to help the producers meet the rules of origin for the automotive. We'll also have Section 232. Section 232 is another mechanism that's available through the U.S. International Trade Court. And through the court, they're able to be very, very specific. They can be company specific, commodity, tariff code, and even put language into some of these cases that are very, very specific. An example is the aluminum extrusion case that came out, where they were able to be very, very specific on how the computation of the dumping duties was going to be calculated. And basically, the producer, didn't matter if you produced it in Mexico, it didn't matter that there was a substantial transformation, they still were able to collect that duty through the Section 232 on the aluminum for stuff coming out of Korea, etc. So they're able to get very specific with the Section 232, so that's another mechanism. Also, the U.S. and Mexican Treasury Departments are working together to forming a method to investigate foreign direct investment. And I think that's basically to monitor government-supported Chinese entities that are setting up shop in Mexico. So again, the UAW is also putting in their 2 cents. And their 2 cents is they want to add the EV core components to the stricter automotive rules. So we're seeing some of that. So that's what we're seeing coming down the pipeline. We specialize in helping companies analyze this. We analyze their business model. We're able to do customs rulings. We're able to give them guidance on how to navigate the complexity of what's going on. So I think in general, it's going to get more complex. So we got to be ready. So again, thank you. I know I don't have a lot of time, so I'm trying to pack as much as I can into these videos. Please continue sending your suggestions to our www.trade-flex.com. Lula is there, our AI bot. She can collect the information, and we'll use that in our next video podcast. And we also hope to invite other people to our video podcast. So we may have some guest speakers on these video podcasts. Thank you again. Enjoy your weekend, everybody. Thank you.